Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel here, Just Simply Sports with me. I am Kaja, and if you're new to my channel, I welcome you. Please hit the like and subscribe button. You guys, let's just get right into it, okay? WNBA is back in full effect. Season opener was Saturday, and of course, they had to have Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark play Indiana versus Chicago because obviously there's a lot of eyes on those games when these two players play specifically. And it was not a great game for the Chicago Sky. They were embarrassed. Final score, I believe, was 58-93. I watched the whole game, but the fourth quarter, I was just like, oh man, this is a really bad showing for Chicago Sky coming out the gate with a new coach and new players. Now, it looked great for Indiana, but not the same thing for Chicago. What was unfortunate, though, was that I already knew when I saw what happened between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark that that would be the topic of conversation regarding the actual game. Not Caitlin Clark's triple-double, not Angel Reese's double-double, but what happened with the hard foul. So if you have not seen the video, just the clip, a lot of you have seen the clip of Caitlin Clark punching Angel. More importantly, you've seen the clip of how Angel responded to it. But the whole thing in its entirety has not been shown. I'm going to show that full clip, and then we'll get right back into it.
Rebecca Allen, too strong on a three. And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark. Afterwards has something to say as Clark walks away. We know there are always increased eyeballs, energy, and attention around the matchups between Reese and Clark, and Angel Reese is still going after Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming. As soon as you saw Angel Reese wide open, you knew that Caitlin Clark was going to come in and take that.
Okay, so you guys just saw that full clip. I want you to keep in mind the full clip of what you just saw. I'm going to play a little bit, not the whole thing, because I don't want to keep you guys here all day, but I'm going to play a little bit of the clip and a response from RG3 and what he saw or how he decided or thought it was necessary to go to his YouTube channel and call Angel Reese out for her hatred on Caitlin Clark.
Now, before I get to why Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark fully, let's talk about the play itself. The one thing people are not talking about on that play, which my wife so eloquently stated to me earlier, was that Caitlin Clark was actually reacting to a foul that should have been called on Angel Reese against Aaliyah Boston. Previously, when you see they cut off the play early, Angel Reese actually shoves Aaliyah Boston in the back to get a rebound. We've all played basketball. You know when you shove somebody in the back that the ref's going to blow the whistle and call the foul? Well, the ref didn't call the foul. So Caitlin Clark is sitting there with her hands up like, you gonna call that? So then, yes, she went and fouled Angel Reese to prevent her from having the easy basket, but Caitlin Clark actually fouled Angel Reese because she was trying to take up for her teammate, Aaliyah Boston. So I don't know why no one's even talking about that, but I do know why they're talking about the aftermath of the foul, which, by the way, was a routine, you gotta make them earn it foul. But let's go ahead and talk about a tweet that I put out that went absolutely nuclear. So after watching the play, I tweeted out, after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. So why do I think Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark? It could be the fact that Aaliyah Boston had to save Angel Reese from ending her career. This is a still shot. After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin Clark. Now, you tell me a time when you've seen somebody get fouled on a basketball court in a professional league where they tried to almost sucker punch somebody that they were friends with because of a hard foul. I've seen LeBron James get fouled by Dwayne Wade, and they're buddies, but it was a hard foul. LeBron didn't get up and try to smack him upside the head or hit him in the face from behind. But that's what Angel Reese did to Caitlin Clark. So where was this type of reaction last year when Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun? Y'all remember that? She got fouled so hard, they kicked Aaliyah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul. What did Angel Reese do? Nothing. She didn't get up and try to swing on her.
You know what's so crazy is that whether or not he realizes it, I guess his wife didn't either. She should have pointed out, along with what Angel Reese did, that initial foul to Natasha Howard that wasn't called out. She should have also pointed out to her husband that he pretty much just confirmed what we already saw and knew, and why the refs indeed were right for calling it a flagrant one foul. He just outright said that foul was missed that Angel Reese did on Natasha Howard, and Caitlin Clark was like, what, no foul? You saw her in the video looking like, wait, that was a foul. It wasn't called. So she used a basketball opportunity to get her get back for her teammate and maybe, dare I say, friend now. Obviously, as a basketball player, you should not give up any easy points around the rim, any easy points at all. I always say that, nothing uncontested. So I'm not mad at her for that. But the little extra, and it was a little, it was nothing crazy, but it was a little bit extra, and she got called for it, and the refs did get it right. Now, you foul her is one thing, but you gave a little bit of an extra shove off that resulted in Angel falling. Now, Angel gets up, obviously, and she's upset. I think in large part because, number one, they were losing. It was just not a good game for Chicago Sky. By any stretch of the imagination, they were getting blown out. And they went on to get even further blown out as the game went on after this happened in the third quarter. But needless to say, Caitlin still pretended as if she didn't know exactly what she did. That's the part that I found to be funny, and you guys are just enabling it like you don't see what she did. Now, I see a lot of comments like, oh, well, this happened last year when Caitlin Clark was getting assaulted, and the refs didn't call it out. Where was the same energy then? Or when Angel Reese was clapping when Kennedy Carter fouled Caitlin Clark. That has nothing to do with what happened Saturday. I'm speaking specifically about Saturday's incident. So if you're going to be in my comments about what happened last year, I'm not going to respond to it because I'm not talking about last year or last season. I'm talking about what happened this past Saturday and what RG3 said. Now, you can't defend in one breath and say Caitlin Clark was just playing basketball. Anybody knows this is a basketball play. And in the same breath say, well, she pushed her. Angel Reese pushed Natasha Howard, and it wasn't called. She was defending her friend. So she's defending her friend. She's defending her by giving her a bit of a hard foul. That's where the defense comes in. She's not defending her friend by stopping her from scoring. Is that what you would call defending a friend? No, that's a basketball play. But the extra is where she pushed her off at, and RG3 pretty much just said that without even realizing it. But the irresponsible part of this video, I don't mind a sports take, but to take it further and to say that she was going to hit Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, saved her career. If you look at that still shot that he put in that video, Aaliyah Boston's forearm was there, not her whole arm. Angel Reese's hands were both still completely open and available to punch Caitlin Clark, to mush her, to slap her upside the head if she wanted to. She did not do it. And if she really wanted to, it wouldn't have been hard. Angel Reese is 6'3". I've seen her in person. She is long and lanky. Her length, Caitlin Clark's face not that far from her arm. She kept it down. She never once raised her arm up. I never saw her flinch at Caitlin. I didn't see her. I saw her try to get in her face. I say that. But in terms of her fist, because you hit with your fist, you don't hit with your mouth unless you're trying to headbutt somebody. But in terms of using her fist to slap her, to punch her, and then to try to cheap shot her like you talking about she was walking away, where did that come from? What part of the video, or what he showed specifically in his video, showed, and I'm not talking about my part of the video, I'm talking about what he specifically put in his video. He put together stills, not actual footage, but stills to support what he was saying. And what he put in the video did not support that. You showed a clip of Leah Boston using her forearm, one arm at that, to try to hold Angel Reese back. Come on. We all know as adults, teens, if you really want to get somebody, you're going to get that person, okay? It's going to take more than just somebody's forearm trying to hold you back. Also, the ref, her hand, not even her forehand, like a few of her fingers, all 5 fingers, were on Angel Reese's stomach. Again, her hand was down, and what he showed, not my video, but what he showed. So where was all this holding her back, trying to save her career from? Stop it. Stop it. Now, Angel did overreact, like I said, because she's upset about them losing, and maybe she don't like Caitlin. They're not friends here. I don't think they may have a certain level of respect for each other as basketball players, but I do not believe for 1 second they are friends or ever will be friends, at least at this very present moment in time. And for him to not only analyze what happened in that clip, but to be so ignorant, blatantly ignorant, to call out Angel Reese's reaction, but then justify why Caitlin Clark did what she did as if Angel Reese was just looking for something or making it up, is extremely irresponsible and highly ignorant.
Hey, he'll keep it rolling. Evans, quick drive, couldn't get the roll. More contact in the paint as Reese hits the deck again. And now they're going to review the last sequence. We're going to have a look at it here. Remember, this is after she went down initially. That was the first time she went down and wasn't able to get back into the play defensively. Then
The arm from Alyssa Thomas, like you said, could potentially be an upgrade on that sequence there.
Well, you see Angel Reese
Right.
trying to come in. Oh, my goodness. She had her hand around Angel Reese's neck.
Area.
And Angel popped her head on the way down.
Video that happened. There were a few things that led to that situation between Alyssa Thomas and Angel Reese. And if you look, the part where Angel Reese sat up and she was kind of dazed wasn't even what he showed in his video. That still specifically was not from Alyssa Thomas. That was from the play before. Alyssa Thomas knocked Angel Reese down with her arm by her neck. That wasn't the same exact play. Again, irresponsible. And shame on him for doing that. Because if you're going to put stills together to paint a narrative or tell a picture, then at least be honest with it. Don't just, if you're going to assassinate someone's character and you want to say this person is hateful, they're just all these different things, whatever. But at least paint a picture that's truthful. That still that he used from the play before, as you guys just saw in the clip, it's not the same exact play. But if you look at Alyssa Thomas specifically, what happened with Angel, did we see her get it right away? He said she didn't have the same reaction. How could she? She was on the floor. Her head was on the floor. She was holding the back of her head. Sure, she may have been concussed, honestly speaking. I thought watching that game live in real time that she was concussed and may have been out for the rest of the game. That is why she got upgraded to a flagrant 2, because a hand around the neck, clotheslining somebody is obviously highly unnecessary. And that also was a right call from the ref. But the two are not the same, not by any means. So to try to use that situation and compare it are two different things, which is why Alyssa Thomas got the flagrant 2 and Caitlin Clark got the flagrant 1. Obviously, flagrant 1 is unnecessary contact, but it's not the same level, to the same extent that someone gives a flagrant 2 foul, and also that comes with the ejection. And RG3 knows this as someone who's a professional athlete, or was, also as an analyst. He knows exactly how the media works. And aside from that, even if he didn't know, you have to know that you are a black man with a white wife sitting right behind you eating popcorn while you talk about someone, a black woman specifically, and try to tear her character down. This wasn't about a sports take. I don't have any problem with sports take. I watch a lot of analyst shows, and I may not like what someone says about a favorite player of mine, but if it's a sports take and it's about what actually happened on the football field or on the basketball court, I don't mind it. But that's not exactly what he did. He put a narrative together that paints Angel in a manner of being aggressive, being a thug, being jealous, and being hateful. And that wasn't what was the situation that happened. When you know how the media works, especially having been there firsthand, working at ESPN, working for Fox Sports, I believe, this upcoming football season, you know what you're doing. You know the danger of what you put out in the media, and how it can be good or bad for someone's brand or character. As a black man, right? And I'm not mad that he has a white wife. He's entitled to love who he loves. I'm glad he's happy. His beautiful family, all that. You know what I mean? God bless them in their union. But you can't be ignorant to the fact that Angel is black, Caitlin is white. You're sitting there with a white wife. And as a black man, you're putting down a black woman, at the same time justifying and uplifting Caitlin, who is white. So you're painting out Angel to be the villain in the situation by how she overreacted and all the hateful jealousy. You went through a whole video giving 4 to 5 different examples to support your cause, but in doing so, you missed out important parts of those situations, again, to try to further a narrative of who you think Angel is or who you would like her to be. That to me is very hateful. It says a lot more about his character than anything else. Now, I don't know what you guys think about the situation, but I am curious to read your comments and hear your thoughts, or say read your thoughts. I look forward to reading them in the comments. And of course, I will see you in the next video.